After a handful of regional school reopening task force meetings and student forums, the New York State Department of Education's come up with this framework for how schools should look this fall. News Channel 9's Julia LeBlanc gives us a breakdown of what we can expect.
Whether classes will be taught remotely, in person, or a mix of both, the Department of Education has come up with a document full of mandates and best practices. These guidelines now in the hands of the Board of Regents. When it comes to health and safety, screenings will be required. So are masks for students and staff unless it's unsafe. And there needs to be plans for isolation if anyone gets sick at school. The state also wants to make the social emotional well-being of students and staff a top priority, knowing there will be a transition period. As for the building plans, social distancing needs to be maximized, using empty space and creating new space when possible. Fire and safety guidelines still need to be met, including performing fire and lockdown drills. Plus, schools need to meet or exceed ventilation requirements. When it comes to transportation, parents who can bring their kids to school should. Otherwise, students will be trained to keep socially distant on the bus and at stops. Districts should consider staggered or shared schedules. And on the topic of attendance, it still counts. Schools need to come up with a plan to document teacher-student engagement on a daily basis. They recommend assigning an ally to keep track of it. Plus, to get in touch with families falling behind on distance learning. And access to technology and internet is a must for students and staff. Just the tip of the iceberg on what school could look like. And with such a diverse state, these plans will change based on the region you live in. Julia LeBlanc, News Channel 9.
Now, the formal guidance will be given to districts on Wednesday. On Friday, a portal will open and schools can start submitting their plans. They must be in by July 31st. These plans will also need to be posted on the district's website for parents and students to see.